Hi, this is the instructional video for your Metal Defender HZ600 6-zone walkthrough metal detector. What we're going to show you in this video is we're going to show you the installation, also show you how to adjust and change the settings to best suit your needs, and then we'll also show you on the different areas of the LED displays. This is the operator side of the HZ600. What this LED display right here is the passer number. Anytime somebody walks through the detector, it will go and adjust. This next one is the warning times. Anytime that the detector senses metal and the siren goes off, it will go over and adjust accordingly. This next indicator here is the signal strong indicator. There's two settings. There's one for a little small amount of metal, and then two for a large amount of metal. Also, if you just notice right there, the alarm will go off, and that will also be if anytime you touch the unit on the sides or so here. It's a security measure over there too. And these four buttons here, the reset button at any moment will take you back to this standby zone, and then the select, setup, and enter buttons are all used for changing the sensitivity and other settings that I'll be showing you here in the near future. Alright, so we're at the standby zone right now where we were initially. When you go here to the select button, this is actually where you go and enter in the password. The 1, 2, 3, 4 is the standard password that comes with every HZ600. You could go over there right now and go to the next setting, which you just go over and hit enter. And whenever you see the 4 zeros, it means that the password is entered correctly. We'll go here next and show you if the password's incorrect, how to go back there and change that as well. Alright, this is the screen that we were just on, and I'm going to show you right now on how you'd want to change your password. Right here, the select button will actually go and change the digits by 1. As you can see, you go there from all the way from 1 to 9. The setup button actually goes over and changes the next place here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and change our password from 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 1, 1. So we go here, change the next place to 1, next place to 1. So this is going to be our new password. It shows us exactly where we were at the last time when we confirmed our password of 1, 2, 3, 4 to determine the signal time for the when the unit goes over and sounds off. It's set at 1 second as before. Alright, we're at the setting that we were there to determine the signal time. As you were mentioning, keep it at 1. If you keep it at 9 seconds, you're going to have a really long beep going over. That's going to be pretty annoying. So we always just try to keep it at 1, still really loud and solid. The next step we have here is the frequencies. If you only have one unit, no need to even mess or bother with this. This is a different setting will have to be set for any unit. So if you have 2 or 3 units tied together, you'd want to change this frequency number for each unit to be different. For example, if you have one unit, you want to have one at 1, another one at 3, another at 4, so they don't set each other off. From the controller side over on here, these two black long displays right over on here will actually light up for each zone. The zones start from maybe a few inches right off the bottom and go up each foot to about right here, which is going to be about 6 feet. So you go here from 6 to 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. So those are your 6 zones. So when we were going over and adjusting the zones to the sensitivity, just figure for every foot right on here would be for each individual zone. The next section in the settings is actually going to be one of the most important part, if not the most important part, adjusting the sensitivity of your unit. So we're over here at the frequencies. Because we have 1, we don't have to change it. Right here is the sensitivity settings. The HZ600 does have 6 zones, so each of the zone sections is going to be represented over here by this digit. So we'll go through here and change that. That's going to be zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, and zone 6. Zone 7 right here is actually an overall unit, so if you want to have all the same sensitivities in all the zones, all you have to do is adjust this 7 sensitivity. But I'm going to go through here and I'll show you how to adjust each zone separately if you like, and that will be our next step. Alright, so we're showing you now to change each one of the zone settings sensitivity individually. As we mentioned in the last segment here, each one of this last number here represents one of the 6 zones. This 20 would represent 20 out of 99, with 99 being the most sensitive, 1 being the least sensitive. What we're going to go here now is I'm going to show you how to change each zone, and then you can adjust the sensitivities as follows. So zone 1 set it at a 20. From my experience, a 20 will allow you to walk through the metal detector with limited amount of metal on you. Still going to be able to pick up any large knives or guns, but it's a good setting to have for just people walking through, to be able to not detect up any type of standard rings or belt buckles or so. That button right here, the setup button, will actually go and adjust the sensitivity. So we change it from 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 to 60, 70, and then this enter button right here, you can actually even fine tune it even further to go to 85, 86, 87. Right now we were at 20, which wasn't very sensitive, to 87, which is going to pick up a lot of little metal. This is a really high sensitive zone right there. The select button over here, now we're at zone 2. We're at a 10 sensitivity. Again, you can use the setup button here to change the 10s digits to 20 to 30. I'm going to set this one at maybe say 35. Then any of this other select button is always going to change each of the 6 different zones. So we'll keep all those at the same. We're at zone 5 now out of 6, and zone 6. This last zone, and this is done for security purposes, it is actually set, as we were mentioning, to control the entire unit. What we're doing here is if you have it set at 0, each individual zone will actually act independently. But when you have it at zone 7, and you can actually go and adjust the sensitivity here, it works opposite. And then, like I was saying, this is done for security purposes. So if you want it set at 90, you would actually set it at 10. You want the overall setting for the entire unit at 80, you set it at 20, 70, 30, and so on and so on. What this will do is whenever this is set at anything outside of 00, this zone 7 will trump any and all of the other 6 zones. So if you want to do a specific zone detection, you want to go and make sure that this is always set at 0. If you want the entire unit to be all the same, you can adjust it here accordingly. Okay, so we are back over at the LED panel. We've explained the different zones and the sensitivities, how to change all that. When you have everything changed, the final step is you can hit this reset button at any point, and it will take you direct to the very first point where we were talking about at the standby mode. At the standby mode, that's when you can go over and start using it.